Hi, I'm a super spiritual monk. Thank you.
I thought you were more like Rocky. Oh, man. So, what is the most beneficial daily habit for marriage? Nope. It's daily mental prayer, or sometimes called Christian meditation.
Oh, meditation. That's so deep.
Can you tell us about that?
I could, but it's really cool to be spiritual. I'm very spiritual. It's like
People
hard
say
to
that a lot,
explain, but
yes.
I'm really I'm very spiritual.
Okay, so why
So
is
sad.
Christian meditation the most important? Well, this is where we enter into relationship with God. This is where we can talk to Him and where we can listen on a daily basis. And so, if you want to be in relationship with anybody, you need to have time where you can talk and listen to them. And this is where it happens in daily mental prayer.
So in the church, they talk about 3 expressions of prayer. There's many types of prayer, but the church says these 3 expressions, the different kind of modes that we are praying in would be vocal prayer, where we communicate to God, meditative prayer, Christian meditation, meditative prayer, sometimes called mental prayer, where we communicate to God and God communicates to us.
Two-way street.
Yep. And then contemplation, where it's just we're receptive and God's communicating to us. So most all of us are very comfortable with vocal prayer, but sometimes aren't as comfortable listening. So this is why we want to focus on mental prayer or meditative prayer, because we're talking to God and we're listening to God. So listening. How do we listen to God? Now, there's a number of ways, of course, that we can listen to God, but like Christy said, the primary and frequent one is listening through daily prayer. One particular method that is easily implementable, easily understandable, suggested by Pope John Paul for the new millennium, is what's called, it would be Saint Teresa of Avila, her method of mental prayer. And after putting yourselves in the presence of God, there's 3 parts to it. There's the listening part, which she would say, read. For those of us who don't hear God audibly, read.
Then read spiritual work, not just like the newspaper.
Right. Unless it's like a really spiritual newspaper. But a spiritual work, and the best spiritual work is the scriptures. So read, and that's how we hear God, His word. Reflect, and resolve. So read until something hits you. When it hits you, stop. That part's done, and then you reflect. Why did this hit me? How does this make sense to my life? Why did it excite me or convict me or spur me on? Reflect, moving from your head into your heart, and then resolve. What you heard, then reflected on in view of your life, then resolve to put it into play in your life. And then what you're hearing from God begins to transform you and move out into your actions. And you're implementing what God has shown you. And that's why it's not just a great practice for you with God, but also the most important practice for you in your marriage and family, because it ends up changing your life.
So without a doubt, Mike and I can say that we've been doing this for almost 20 years, and it is the most impactful thing we have done. And so we can't encourage you enough. If you're already doing this, we know that you would say the same thing. And if you're not, we encourage you to do it, because it's made the most difference in our lives.
Amen.